me, Lord? Why? Like sometimes you just gotta cry, bro. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. So I'm completely different. I believe I'm completely different.
Niggas want me to get ratchet. Niggas want me to attack you. Put the hood on, all they calling me Cassius.
I don't know if it's gonna make a difference, but I spent good money on it, so it better do what it's supposed to do. I don't even know if it's on. Does it sound different? I don't know. But where have I been? What have I been doing? Damn, I feel like I'm giving a lot of bosom right now. It's not the type of show we're on. I got out of like a bad relationship. Um, it was what was best for both parties. I got a new job. I am now an EMT, so I work on the ambulance. I get called to emergencies and I help individuals in need. That experience in itself has been like life changing for me a little bit. I feel like it helped me to grow up and to like mature some more because now I feel like, wow, I'm on my way to like a real mature lifestyle, real mature job. Anybody that knows me, I mean, YouTube don't really know me like that, but I aspire to be like a paramedic, not like a paramedic. I aspire to be a paramedic or a flight medic. Um, something that pushes me obviously to help people. Like I am a big helper. So I feel like that job was just perfect for me. Before I in like previous videos you guys used to see that I was like in a doctor's office and I used to like draw blood and do paperwork, secretarial stuff, do EKGs. It was like one step after the next. So the step that I'm in right now, I'm in my EMT era right now. I feel like I was going through a lot mentally, especially because like I'm gonna go back, especially because of my last relationship. I was dealing with a lot like mentally and physically. I was gaining a lot of weight. Um I was stressed, but at the same time I can't equate all my stress to my relationship. A lot was just happening like in my family as well. So it's like doing my best to like balance out everything and I was not balancing the best way that I actually no, I'm gonna take that back. I felt like I was balancing everything. Mentally I felt like I was balancing everything. Physically I was going down a drain. Um and then my mental like started to want. Meaning like I was just overly anxious, I was like angry, I was tired, like and I feel like I would put on like a strong face. Like you know how people are like, "Oh my god, you're so strong." Like coping so good. I really wasn't. I wasn't. So that had its own turmoils and then I decided to end that relationship and move on. Like what Kevin Gates said, like stay blessed, but I'm a skedaddle. And I feel like that was one of the kickstarters in like improving my mental health, improving my physical health, improving my spiritual health. That just kind of kickstarted everything. It was scary to do, but it was necessary for both parties. I don't think I've ever been so like vulnerable for real on YouTube talking about this, but that's how I want to start everything. I want to leave all that stuff back there and move forward. So I got to get it off. my chest. That was one of the things too when it comes to me and my mental. Like, I was keeping a lot of things inside and I wasn't really talking about it a lot. So, moving forward, that's what I started to do, like being more open, being more, you know, setting standards for myself that I live up to, like no ifs, ands, or buts, like fitness standards, spiritual standards, like sexual standards. Like, it kickstarted, leaving that relationship kickstarted all of that. Then I rekindled friendships a little bit. Um, that's how you know, like, a relationship was doing its toll, when you have to rekindle back friendships. I felt like I had secluded myself from my friends. And at the same time, I was trying to live up to the motto, like, what's going on in your relationship stays in your relationship. Um, so I was doing a lot of that too. So I had to rekindle friendships, and it wasn't hard to do because it's love. So I felt like people were really just giving me my space and my time, and it was like a wounded dog situation. Like, I'm coming back, I'm coming back. So you know, I would never, never. I'm not even gonna knock on wood for that. I would never do that again. Like, I would never, like, make myself single out of the pack of my friendship, of my girls, of my female energies. Like, I would never single myself out like that ever again. Um, because at the end of the day, yes, you have your husband, you have your boyfriend or whatever, but you have your girls. And if you have real strong connection and bond with your girls, even if you do stray from them, or like you make a little detour, they're always there with, like, welcoming arms to, like, guide you back to the fold. And, like, at least my girls, like, get you some girls that will still welcome you back into the fold. So I was happy for that, and I thank them for that, like, every day. Moving on. Then I started to up my travel. I started to get out more. I started to live. Like, I felt free. I felt like I needed to pursue more self love. And I did feel like I had a lot of things that I needed to work on with myself. That relationship opened a can of worms that I didn't know that was inside of me. So, a lot of people are like, oh, blame the man, blame the man, blame the man. No. Yes, blame the man, but you gotta blame yourself too, sis. Like, you gotta blame yourself, take accountability, and then you gotta forgive yourself. So I had to forgive myself for a lot of things. I had to forgive myself for neglecting myself. Like, there was a lot of times that I was just pushing my body, pushing my body, pushing my body, and not giving it, like, any reassurance, not giving it proper nourishment, and not giving it, like, the TLC that you need. I wasn't doing that. So I had to get deep into self love. With self love, it came with a different sort of isolation. So you see how I said, like, don't isolate from your friends and da 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 da. Doing that when it comes to self love is kind of different, because everyone knows that, like, you're wounded a little bit. So now you're just in your space to heal. So they know that you're not abandoning them. You're just in your moment of healing and licking your wounds. So you have to lick your wounds. I don't know how people, like, hop, skip, and jump from one relationship to the next, because I can't. me personally, I can't do that. I have to lick my wounds. I have to recalibrate. I have to get back into self love. Like I gave out a lot of my energy. I had to like fuel that all the way back up. Give myself back all the love and affection and the TLC that I needed. Like I had to do all of that. So I went out on solo dates. I did more journaling. Journaling helped me so much. Journaling helped me so much, y'all. Journal, um, recalibrate my boundaries all around when it came to family, friends, people dating. Like I recalibrated my whole boundary setting for everybody. I used to have a real problem with like saying no to people. Like I would take on so many things knowing that I couldn't comfortably do them, but I would still like push myself way out the boundary to still do it because I already said yes to the commitment. And if I go back on the commitment, like I'm gonna feel a type of way, or I'm gonna like be thinking in my head like my mezzi was so like kind of messed up because I'm like, if I say no to them, then they're gonna be mad, and I'm trying to. It was hard for me to comfortably say no to something. Like I would say no, but then when I leave, like I would feel so bad. Like it was just a lot of like a negative self talk when it came to not doing what somebody else wanted. So that's something that I had to work on personally. Like it is okay to say no. And when people like ask you why, like, do you want to do this? No, I don't. Why you don't want to do it? I just don't feel like it. And that should be enough. It was so hard for me to do that, or like if somebody said like if I had nothing to do one day and somebody's like, oh, you could come over and help me with this. In my head I'm like, I kind of wanted to lay in bed and just like sleep and catch up on my rest. So they're like, oh, you're not doing anything, so why can't you come? And then I would rationalize like, okay, I'm not doing anything, so maybe I could just do it. And then I'm neglecting myself, neglecting my sleep, and then be out basically all day, come back home, got 3 hours to sleep now because I work the next day. Like, like stuff like that. Like I wasn't prioritizing a lot of things when it came to myself, and I had to adjust that. Um so it was saying no was a big thing for me. And saying no and then comfortably feeling okay with saying no. Wow. Yeah. That's some heavy shit, y'all. Talking about this, it's heavy, but I'm just encouraging everybody like learn from, you know, I won't say my mistakes because all these things helped me so much. Like all the stuff I was putting myself through, all the stuff I was putting my family through, like it helped me to be a better person and helped me to like mold the type of person that I am today. And mind you, I'm talking like this was like even though I was still posting on YouTube at this time, this is like an ongoing like two. This is like 2 years ago. This is not now. So I'm completely different. I believe I'm completely different than 2 years ago. And I feel like that's why I could talk about this so freely, like without like, as I said, journaling helped me to build back my self love and to build back my character and build back my mental and build back my spiritual, my physical, um, and help me to make changes. But everybody copes in different ways, and that was my coping way, like to write it out, put it on paper, and then eventually like go back and read it and then soak up back all those feelings and then like let it out. If I needed to cry, then I would cry it out. Like sometimes you just gotta cry, bro. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. And I had those moments where like, oh, I gotta let this out. I don't know what I'm crying for. I had moments like, bro, if someone was to come in this room and ask me, what are you crying for? I would have nothing to tell them. Like, I just felt like the tears wanted to come out my eyes and I'm just letting them loose. Like, literally, that's how I felt. Like, crying at times just releases like so much things. Like, and I didn't know that until I started crying more. And then I cried when I'm happy, and I cried when I'm sad, and I'm cried when I'm over the moon, and I'm crying. Like, crying has taken on so many different releases from me for me, not just being sad. I cry when I appreciate something, like when I'm proud of myself. Like, just the release of energy was, it felt so good. It felt. I'm a crier. I'm a cry. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cry. So that helped. Traveling helped me. Oh my god, I'm saying. Traveling helped me too. I went to Thailand and I had an amazing time doing a trip like all by myself, for real. Like, everything was all by myself. Money payment, like get into the right place in the airport, like solo airplane ride. Like, I I was so scared, but at the same time I felt so free. Like, I felt like, yeah, this feels right. I went with a travel group. I'll put the name right here. It was amazing. It was amazing. The people were amazing. The food were amazing. The vibes were amazing. It felt like a dream. It felt like a movie. It felt like a reward. It felt like a reward. It felt like I went through so much and I was rewarding myself for like all the hard work that I've been like all the hard work that I put in. This is my reward. And then I realized like traveling is my way to be more spiritually grounded and like come together with my spirituality. Traveling helps me to do that. Like, personally, like, I'm very visual. I'm a visual person. So seeing everything that, God has made, and like places and people and different languages and different foods, like, it just helped me to build like so much more appreciation for God, and it helped me to build my relationship that way. Like, everybody have their own way of building their relationship with their higher power, and that was my way of doing that. Traveling, being visual, um, experiencing things that I can comfortably say like not a lot of people are gonna experience this in their lifetime, and I'm very fortunate to be one of the few that do. So that helped me to like build up my bonds, spiritually. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect, but it helps. So Thailand came, Thailand went, and then I've just been working, getting my life together one step at a time because it's not a rush. And smiling more, laughing more, journaling more, being encouraging to people, being the light that some people need. But somebody was talking and they were like, God gave you this battle, right? He gave you this battle, or not necessarily give, He allowed you to have this battle so you can conquer it. He know that all, give all, end all, you will conquer this. You can conquer this. Everything that I experienced, everything that I went through was personalized battle for me that God knew that I could handle. He didn't give me somebody else's struggle. I didn't go through like, why me, Lord? Why? How could you do this? In the back of my mind, when I was going through everything, like I was really truly seeking to find the lesson. I'm seeking to find the victory at the end, kind of. Like, I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to be fighting this battle. I don't know how depleted I am gonna be at the end of this battle. I could literally be at my last wits before I get out of this battle, but I'm gonna get out of it because he wouldn't allow me to get this battle if he didn't think I could fight it. I kept journaling. I started small with my journaling, and then it just like I started with like a small book. Then it turned into, oh, look at it right here. This one, and I love this journal. I'm gonna show you, but it has like it's lined in there. So then I just write whatever I write. I'll like give you some pointers, give you some tips if you want help with journaling. I do feel like journaling helps. Writing it out on, well, let me say this. Writing it out on pen and paper for me helped me tremendously. I know a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I do it on my phone." I feel like it gets a little impersonal on your phone, but that's just me. I like the feeling of putting pen to paper. If you don't know what to write about, I'll give you suggestions. I'll help you like with the guideline of what like I used. And it was very beneficial for me. So where have I been? I've been in my battle, and I'm at the end of my battle, and I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. I've been evolving. I've been nurturing myself. I've been growing. I've been smiling. I've been laughing. I've been cooking up some content for y'all. I've been working my tail off. I've been eating right. I've been going to the gym. I've been connecting with friends, connecting with family. I've been traveling. I've been learning. I've been soaking up all the good energy, and I'm back, bitch.